Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we welcome a special friend. He is the personalized laughter, and his will consists of loyalty, friendship, and reliability. It's hard for me to speak it out, but it's reliability. For me personally, he is one of the most important cutmen in the martial arts scene. Not only have we experienced a lot together, we respect each other like brothers and can really rely on each other blindly. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Dublin Shamrock, the incredible Mr. Tommy McCormack. Nice to have you, brother.
Cheers, lads. Cheers, lads. Cheers. Delighted to be here with you, lads, two esteemed colleagues. How are you guys getting on? How have things been for everybody?
Everything's good for me, Tommy.
Oh, nice to have you also, Jumbo. Nice. I love this. So, Jumbo, have you got a first question, which is maybe burning on your tongue?
No, Tommy, how long have you been in the game now?
Oh, I'm pushing for 20 years now. I'm 48 now. I'm pushing close to 20 years, like, so. Yeah, it's been a journey, like, you know, from playing around in the amateur boxing gyms to making your first step out. I got my first step out on a domestic MMA scene over here, and it's just been a whirlwind ever since. So it's been a long journey. It's been ups and downs, and met loads of good people, met some bad people too, but it's been a good journey. I've really enjoyed it, and I'm still enjoying it to this day. Still enjoying it.
It's funny because I've been in it probably nearly just on 30 years, starting in the cuts about 28 years ago. And I'll tell you something, in my honest opinion, Tom, the cutmen back then were a lot more respectful than some of the people coming through these days. You, Jamie, Jason Fielding, Adam Gigley, myself, people like that are one standard. But there's some people that don't have the knowledge that are coming through, and it hurts because they're trying to take the work for nothing or not be what they are. They're trying to be something they're not. And it hurts because when you've done the apprenticeship that we've done and then someone comes in, it's a kick in the teeth.
Do you know, you're not wrong, Ian. The thing we find is when I come into the game first, I found it hard to find my way and to see who you can talk to in the game. And I remember one of the first guys that I bumped into kind of internationally would have been Adam Gilly, and he's such a good guy. And I remember because Adam, when you see him with his tattoos on, and you're not sure how to approach him. You're not sure whether he's this wild man or he's the mild guy he is. But so I meet Adam and I'll go over, say hi and yapping to him, and lovely guy. Straight off the bat, he's yapping away. He's telling me things that he does and asking me about stuff that I do, and it was such a nice introduction to the international scene because all I'd known was the domestic level. So then, obviously, as you progress, you get to meet the likes of yourself, and I met Michael and everybody at Germany. I met Jamie, and you meet them all, and I find that the old school boys, as I call them, as I like to refer to them, the guys that are well proven and tested. Their methods work. They're very good at their game. They're very fair at pricing. We generally don't undercut each other. I generally find, like, if I'm asked to cover work for someone, I'll ask them, what do you charge? Because I want to charge the same. I don't want to undercut. I don't want to over. But I'm not looking to take someone's work. I'm just looking to keep the same standard of work there. So it protects a fighter and we move on, Look, I've covered work for Adam, I've covered work for Jamie, and likewise they've covered work for myself. And it's for me, I like to know that if I'm not there, that the man that's in that corner I trust him with my own life. So that's all I want,
100%. That's why I say about, I've had 3 or 4 people come to me as wanting to learn the game, and they've gone on to be very good. I mean, Neil Dempsey, Dave Milner, Matt Warner, they've all gone on to be good people, and they're not what I call novices. So they're very, very experienced now over the last 15 years or so, But it's just some of the new ones are coming through, and I just don't get how they've got their experience or where they've got, because some of them haven't even got any amateur background.
No, it's not, and I think it's in this game, and it's a small world. You can't hide in this game. You can't magic up a history that's not there. Like if you haven't done your time, you haven't done your time. And I'm okay with people learning, but I just think that. I think fighters should do their research. A fighter should have a good team in place. You want the best coach, the best conditionist, the best nutritionist, the best cookman. You want the best team around you that is available to you. And you have to be honest with yourself. Look, you know who's out. And most, I mean, there's a pay scale. You know, if a fighter's only starting off, you're not asking them for world championship payment. You know, so it works in, roundabouts. And you go with a fighter, but fighters, too many times it shocks me that fighters that are supposed to be fighters don't fight for themselves outside of the ring or outside of the cage. You know, they'll settle for second best and they'll settle for whatever's thrown at them, you know.
Because we are, I believe, the most important person in that corner other than the coach, because we can make or break the fight to go on, win, lose or draw.
Yeah, well, I think when we're needed, we're really needed, and it's, you want a good cutman there when you need one. Nothing like, I know we've seen it at all levels, and we've seen it on the big stages. We've seen cutmen not do the job properly, and anyone can have a bad day. So not for 1 minute am I saying if you've had a bad night that you're not a good cutman, but anyone can have a bad day. But I just think that there's a level of consistency with the certain few guys. Yeah, why would you not want that consistency in your corner?
Yeah,
I agree. Want that,
very much.
Yeah,
Michael.
Yeah, absolutely. My wish would be, sometimes you see at Facebook a commercial from the silicone mask. You can change your face completely. If you put it on and go into the locker rooms of the other ones, you will hear what they talk about you. Because the talking behind the back is so sick. Everybody is talking behind the back. Not everybody. The old gentlemen with honor don't do that. But the new ones, as you said, Jumbo, the new ones will show up at the scene. They talk trash behind the back, and they never had a very good education at Cutman business. So they show up, do some work at the boxing business, at MMA, and I think they are superstars. And that's the most people act like this when they show up new at the scene, and that makes me sick, if you ask me. I don't like that.
Like Tommy says, that will show, that will come out. They will find that they're not knowing certain things, and it will show.
Yeah, 100%. It's like I said, I really think it's up to fighters and also coaches as well. I mean,
and managers.
A lot of the big coaches have gyms and have a cutman attached to their gyms, and most of the gyms have good cutman attached to them. Why wouldn't you want to use that? Why wouldn't you want to use a good cutman, and likewise you want a good coach? Nobody's going to go into a combat sport with a pretend coach and a pretend cutman, because it's a world of hurt out there for you. People aren't prepared you for what's in front of you. I think it's a crazy situation, but I think in time it kind of fixes itself. I think there's a lot of people get involved with the sport with the idea that it's all lights and glamour and big money and all that, and
they got a shot coming.
It's funny because I remember when I first started to get to travel, and people are seeing you getting on planes and you're flying here and you're flying there. People think it's this, superstar lifestyle, and it's, the reality of it is, it's just like you're getting a bus to work. You get on this plane with loads of other people, you fly to a city, you do your day's work, you stay in a hotel room, you don't get to do much other than do your work, and you go home, and people think it's all glitz and glamour, and it always amazes me.
You know as well as me that sometimes, due to other commitments, you'll get a flight on an early Saturday morning, arrive Saturday dinner time, do the fight, next flight 6 o'clock Sunday morning. All you've seen is the airport and the hotel room. That's it.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's been so many times I've been through that. I enjoy the walk, so I don't mind that. And I'm at a stage now where I want to be home as much as possible, so I walk during the week. I was doing cuts full time, and I found it too much time during the week to not behave myself. So I said it was best that I got a bit of walk and just walk normal at home and just done the cuts. But I'm in a really good place now. I'm enjoying like a great life at home. I'm really happy. I love getting home at night and the weekends. If I'm not working, I'm happy just to be at home. You know. So,
I feel lucky and blessed that I've been given the chance and opportunity to travel the world and do what I do and have the best ringside seat in the business. But at the end of the day, like me, like Michael, like Jason, Jamie, Adam, we're just everyday people. We are nothing other than what we are. What you see is what you get.
100%. Going back to people getting into the game for the glamour and the so-called fame and all that. That is very quickly short-lived, and in this game, you could the fame can be because you've fucked up, you've made a mistake, and everybody remembers that. So like it's something that like I don't know. I remember walking the corner with Andy Lee, and Andy said, he goes, "I didn't even know you were there, Tommy."
Yeah, I've had that.
For me, that's the best compliment you can ever have, because it meant that I've done my job. I haven't interfered. I haven't got in the way. I haven't distracted them, and it doesn't always work out. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But for someone to say, "Oh, geez, I never even noticed you in the corner," and that's
because they were so focused doing what they were doing, and you were doing what you were doing. You didn't get in their way, and that's what it's about. Ross Eminette said that when I was with Katie. And he said, that's the good thing. I know I can get on with my work, not having to worry about my Cutman.
There you go. And you know what? To be in the corner, especially with someone like Katie Taylor, these big names, that for someone to say that it shows the level of experience, because the occasion hasn't got to you. Where you see people, the occasion gets them, they want to be on the camera, they want to, they look at to get noticed, Well, I just, like I said, if I'm not seeing, and nobody even knows I was there, I've either done a really good job or I've had a really simple night. But either way, I'd rather that way, Like I said, the only people that needs to know I'm there is the people that are paying me to be there. That's the only ones that needs to know I'm there.
We both know that the fighters we work with, we'd rather just step up them steps every round, Vaseline, wipe them down, sit down. We don't want them to get cut. We don't want to do that. But when we do it, and we do it to the best of our ability to keep them in the game, go on, win titles, win the fight, or whatever.
Absolutely. The worst thing you can. Don't get me wrong. I know. I still do a lot of Muay Thai. I love doing Muay Thai because that there's a lot always cuts on that, and it keeps you.
Get a lot of cuts.
Yeah, but it keeps you sharp. It keeps you on top of your game. So you enjoy doing that. But when it comes to boxing, and especially with some of the fighters I'm lucky enough to be working with now, I don't want them getting cut, because it could mean the difference of them winning or losing. So I'd rather know that I can deal with what comes to us, but I'd rather that I don't have to deal with it. I can just go, right, we've got to do easy night, and that'll do me,
Yeah, no, definitely, because the Muay Thai people, like you say, keep you sharp, but thank God for elbows and knees, because otherwise we wouldn't get the practice.
Absolutely. Not like an elbow to open someone up.
Sorry, Michael, me and Tommy are taking over.
No, I'm listening. I'm learning. So that's why I'm doing this.
You're only as good as your last fight. If you stop the flow, that's fine, Yeah. And like Tom says, you do have a bad night at the office every now and again. But sometimes they can be taken out of your hand by cuts that are so bad, the referee says, no, that's it. And you don't even get time to work on it. 1 round. Tommy will tell you, 1 round you can't always stop it. 2, maybe 3. Depends how big it is, how much adrenaline you can get in, how that central nervous system can be cooled and stopped by the ice pack or the ice towel. But some doctors and some referees now just go, oh, end of it. And I know, Tommy, I know in my mind, 2 rounds I could have dealt with that.
That's the problem, because of the education level of the doctors which are working at the ringside. There are no boxing doctors. They have no special experience about the martial arts scene. So in Germany we have We have we call it Deutsche Ringarztausbildung. It's like a German ring physician education. So it's held up in Heidelberg at the Olympic Boxing Center in Heidelberg. Martin Jäger, Dr. Martin Jäger is the chief of that education. Yeah, he's a good man. I work from time to time. We're doing Cutman courses there. He's a good man, and that's the problem everywhere when you have a boxing event, because the promoters don't like to pay for the doctors so much, and then they send some dentist or something like that to the event. They are doctors, and that's enough for the promotion. So, but it's ridiculous, because you need somebody there which has the experience if something happens, that he can actually work and help those people. But if you have somebody who is a dentist, what will he do at this event?
Yeah. We've a couple of cracking guys here up the north. We've a Dr. Martin is his name. He is fantastic, and I remember I first came across Martin. Cage. It was a show called Cage Contenders. It's no longer running, and Martin was nervous that night because it hadn't been around the fight scene. So it's quite. I always find, how can you be a doctor when you're used to this calm surgical theatre, everything's nice and relaxed, and then you put them at the side of a cage or something where it's absolute chaos, and it takes a while to learn and pick up that environment and to learn to be comfortable in that environment. But Martin is one of the best. If I'm walking up from Belfast and I see Martin there, I'm happy, because he allows you to work. He knows that you're capable, and he also trusts if it's something really bad that you're going to give the eye for him to come and have a look at it. He's he's a really good guy. I say in the Republic of Ireland, we have a couple of guys with Code Blue that was set up by a couple of doctors, and an old friend of mine, Glenn Ellis. He's with Dublin Fire Brigade. He's an advanced ENT. He's now doing his own thing as well. So we have a couple of good people in the game that are very aware of injuries from fights, and are aware that something can be bloody but not that bad, and allow you to walk and allow you to get on top of it. But as you said, sometimes it's taken out of your hands. Sometimes a doctor or a ref will call it before you get a chance to really walk on it. Or I've done the Dana White's boxing show here last Friday week, and Jamie was actually always yapping to Jamie. It was nice to see Jamie, but one of the fighters who looked after, he had 2 cuts. He'd one over the eye, one on the eyelid. I got it stopped. The doctor came over, had a look, wasn't happy with the eyelid. He said, "No, it's going to bleed in his eye." So they stopped it. It is what it is. Goes to points. We lost the points. But there was a fight just before that with 2 girls. One of the girls had a cut on the top of her head, and I mean, this bled, and it came down on her face. And you're going, you stopped a fight because there was a cut over the eyelid, even though it was stopped, but yet you allowed 2 girls to butcher each other. And I mean, the girl looked like she had her head through a window, But inconsistency. Exactly, and I'm okay with people being too cautious or people not being too cautious, but keep it. If you're cautious, stay that way. If you're not cautious, stay that way. Give us a level playing field.
Yeah, definitely agree, Tom. Now, without doubt, I've seen some bad ones let go and some soft ones stopped, and you think, really, come on.
Yeah, we had the same experience with we're up the north doing boxing. It was his name slips me tongue. Welsh lad, lovely lad. He fought Philip Sukla, fought Tyrone McKenna. Oh my God, this is gonna kill me. Anyway, he got 2 cuts, one through the eyebrow, one just over. You can see the bone on this one. This one was quite deep as well. Doctor had a look at it. They were happy to let it go. They let it go around. Howard stopped it, and Howard Foster stopped it, had a look at it, called it, and I thought it was a good call. Went to points. We were lucky enough to get the decision on it, but I like the fact that the doctor let it go. Howard gave it another round, then he had a look at it. Howard called it. So he said, "Look, I'm reffing this fight. I'm not happy. Let it. It's done now. Let him go and get his face fixed. There's enough there for points and the whole lot." It was fair, it was good. I have no problems with that. Because like I said, I'll never question a ref or a doctor, and if they want to stop the fight, it's job to do that. And I think I can only do my best. If they ask me for my opinion, I can only give them my honest opinion. But at the end of the day,
it's not your. See, this is where some people have said to me before, because 3 that always stick out to me that I have had stopped, and all of them were taken out of my hand by the doctor. And then people say, "Oh, I thought you were cut. I thought, well, can you stop that?" But what they don't realise is sometimes it's hit a vein, and the vein is pumping. You can't do nothing. The doctor says it's over. It's over. You can keep a minute as long as you can if you're given that chance and time and opportunity.
Yeah. But we also have to remember the facial nerves. Any damage to facial nerves can cause paralysis and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Last thing we want is a permanent damage to a fighter. Chris Jenkins was the fighter's name.
Chris, Gary Lockett's boy.
Yes, and you know what? And it was a privilege. It was the first time I actually worked with Gary and Chris, and like 2 monster quotes to start with. Like, oh my God.
His face is very paper-fied, isn't it, Tom? Very thin skin pigmentation.
Yeah, and but he's a lovely guy and such a crazy guy as well. No cut spirit. He doesn't fear blood. He doesn't fear blood. Lovely guy, and I think he's retired now. So
he has.
Delighted for him. He's a lovely guy. Gary's a good guy as well. But like I said, it's meeting these guys and meeting the more experienced guys. And Gary himself was British champion as well. So you're going to meet these guys that have been involved in the sport at a high level. And someone has always got a story, got something that you can take something from, that you can learn from. So I always enjoy my time with different coaches, to meet different cutmen and stuff like that. Like I said, I still love bumping into the cutmen backstage and having a chat. And sometimes it's a busy night, you're running backwards and forwards, or they're running backwards and forwards. But it's always good if you can grab the few minutes to chat.
Definitely agree.
Tommy, what's in your freezing box, in your chilling box, in the cool box, which you use?
Oh, okay. So, what are we talking here? The stuff I use for coagulants and stuff like that? Okay, so, you know what? I used to go mad. When I first started this game, I went mad and I was carrying, you name it. It was like I was preparing for war. But now I have my hand swells. I'll always have at least 2 hand swells, and I like to swap them around during the fights. So one is getting longer with the ice, and I'll keep swapping them around. I'll always have an ice pack.
But you have ice.
Yeah, I always have one. Well, we're lucky enough to be going to shows where the promoters will give us bags and bags of ice.
You also have a glass when you go in the show?
Oh, yeah, I have a glass. Mine's half gone.
I see. I get where he's coming from. There it is.
You also got that?
Yeah.
It's very seldom I have that in the case.
That's why he's got the ice in the glass in there to freeze, chill it. Yeah.
So we do.
This is just apple juice, yeah, because YouTube is not allowed to drink whiskey. Yeah, it's apple juice.
Yeah. And you're not German, are you? You're not a German. No, okay.
That's good man, Mike, good man. But I remember I was with the Liverpool lads down with Deck. Great lads, we were looking after that big David, and he was fighting Derek Chisori, and they'd asked, he said, will you bring over bottles of whiskey? So I brought over 2 bottles of Cutman 12. We went back to the hotel that night, and we sat drinking in the hotel lobby. I need to tell you, my girlfriend collected me the next day from the airport, and I still wasn't right. But great experience with the lads, really had fun, and it was just a good time, But again, it's hanging out with, there was Paul Edwards and all the high level boxers, third coaches, it's always great to be chilling out with these guys and hearing stories, and it's just a fun place to be at times,
But it's good back at the hotel with the teams afterwards. Just sit for an hour, have a drink, chew the fat and just have a laugh.
Yeah, it's something I find it's that to decompress, just that let the steam out, right, the night's over, because even if you've had, say you've looked after maybe 2 fighters on a night, and you've had 2 tough fights, and even if they've won the fights, it can be very taxing on you. You're kind of worn out. You're watching, and you're consistently watching it. There's a cut there. You're trying to manage a cut. You're trying to manage a cut from probably developing into 12 and stuff like that. And it can be, mentally quite tired, and so it would be nice to chill out afterwards,
100%, because you're not watching the fight, you're watching your fighter. Cheers, Michael. Yeah.
Cheers,
I hope you wake up with a banging headache in the morning.
It's apple juice.
Yeah, right.
It's apple juice.
Yeah, okay.
It's apple juice.
You're watching the face to see if there's any head clashes. You're not watching the fight. You don't really see some of it. You're watching the face,
No, it's always. I actually love having a couple of apps on the phone that you can go and watch fights after. It's great with the matchroom stuff that you can go and watch the zone and look back on a fight. Because as I say, if you've been working in the fight, you don't necessarily see what's happening. Because you're just watching your fighter's face or trying to watch. And it's hard because sometimes you're facing it. The couple could be on, say, the left side, and they constantly have that side of their face away from you, so you're constantly adjusting and looking to see. And sometimes it's just a mad, tired and mentally stressful night. So those be nice.
Definitely.
Yeah, put years on this one. Especially if you're close to the fighter. We all work with fighters that we know personally, and we get quite close to, and they're even harder to work with just because you have that bit of a connection with them. There was a Philip Sutcliffe. He would have been the guy that when they start getting more interested in hand wrapping and stuff like that, because he'd bad hands, but such a big puncher, but bad hands. And I used to love we'd wrap the hands this way, and how does that feel? Wrap the hands this way, how does that feel? And kind of developed that, that bond with him. So it was always hard when he fought. It was very hard because if it was a tough night at the office, it took it out of me as well, because you're watching a friend going through a nightmare, and like I said, sometimes it's harder to work with those people that you have that connection with. And sometimes it's easier to be able to just turn up. And it's like you're a doctor. You just meet someone. There's no personal connection. You're doing a job. Obviously over time, always you develop that personal connection. But it's nice at the start when you don't have that. So you're just doing a job. You can be kind of quite stoic and just do your job and not worry about anything. But these things change, and as yourself, Michael, you end up with these relationships with these fighters because they're always going to look for you. You're always going to be in their corner, and they're the ones that gets harder to watch. And especially the harder fights and the bigger nights, they get hard to watch because you're worried. It's like you're watching a friend potentially getting hurt. So some of them to be tough nights.
Yeah, I agree. I had that with Bilham Smith when he fought Lawrence Okoli. Obviously, they were teammates at one time down in Bournemouth at the stadium, and it was a really, really draining fight for me, because I really liked Shane and Josh and all their team. But that was that was a fight where everyone was against Chris, but he came out and performed and got the job done. But it's draining, yeah. Yeah,
I thought Chris was brilliant that night as well. I mean, you know what? Chris is one of the guys that is just he's really blossomed in the sport, and he's just come along, and I mean, he's had a couple of losses. He's been brilliant ever since. And to be honest, I didn't think he was going to beat Okoli. I thought Okoli was going to have his number, but he was just too much. He was just better. He was just anything that Lawrence done. He was 2 steps ahead. He outfought him, outboxed him. Just tough guy.
Yeah. Well, that's the same as Riakporhe at Crystal Palace. Everyone fought Riakporhe, and Chris and Shane had a great game plan, and it went to a T. So.
Yeah, and it's funny because I always feel fighters and coaches should get the credit for something going right. But too often we'll always say that at a fighter, they don't get the credit because it's like we say that their opponent wasn't good enough that night. So they're not given the credit to say, no, your game plan made that fighter look bad. So like we said, it's all. Chris Bilham Smith just got better and better, and I thought he made Riakporhe look poor as well that night. But down to the game plan, down to the way they carried it out, I thought brilliant.
Nullified it. Yeah,
brilliant. So look, it's good, isn't it? Boxing's in a great place at the minute. We've seen loads of good fights. It's great to see all the promoters working together. It's great to see. On both sides of the Atlantic, and it's great to see all the fighters willing to fight each other. Who'd have thought we'd have seen Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn doing as much as they're doing. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
Loving it. Some of the fights are hard to watch because you're kind of invested in both sides. And it's good for boxing. Man. Great times. Long may it go.
Yes, amen to that.
Yeah,
excellent.
Tommy,
what's next for you? Yes.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you. What was your question?
No.
Okay, for me, it would be interesting. You have a regular job.
Yeah.
You're working day by day, and you're working very hard. What if there's a good fight coming up, like the Mayweather fight, where you work for Conor McGregor? How did you fix that problem? You go to your boss and say, "Hey, come on, I have a big fight showing up." Has he some special holidays for you, or what's going on then?
I was lucky enough. So the time of that when that particular fight came up, we done like a camp here in Ireland, just kind of let the guys used to boxing ethics, just the way we do the corner and everything. So we were lucky enough. We had an Irish professional ref, Emil Teeth, come in, look after all the sparring. We had professional boxers from England, we had professional boxers from Ireland, some amateur guys and all jumping in for sparring. So we was doing like all of the sparring were actually like fights because we had the ref there and all that. And it was a wild thing. But at the start, my only involvement was going to be the 3 weeks in Ireland. So I was just coming over, wrapping hands and showing them, helping out in the corner. And they were lovely guys to work with. They're very, very eager to learn, but also very eager to bring some of their own ideas to it and all that. And I was happy to see that.
But the Mayweather fight was in the USA, so you need a little bit more time for preparation. So how did you fix that problem?
Basically, I was there. So we'd done the 3 weeks. They went off to do the press tour. That was a week. And then they were going to Vegas to start 7 weeks, to say, of training. So it was the Monday of the press tour. And I got a call to say that things hadn't worked out with Stitch and that they were going to get someone else. And they said, well, they were happy with my work, would I be interested? So that was a Monday. Wednesday evening, I was in Las Vegas. So I had no preparation time, and I basically rang the guy I worked for at the time and said, listen, this is what's happening. How do you feel about that? And he said, I'd like you to stay, but I wouldn't ask you to stay, so go do your thing and I'll see you when you go home. So off I went for 7 weeks. That was me gone.
That's good. Someone like that, Tom, is excellent, because you've got to have that flexibility in someone in your business that you're working for that understands what you do.
Yeah, I understand, but the guys I work with now understand that as well, because I've been lucky enough to go off with Joe Parker. She's been Jack Cattrall, and I'm able to just go listen. The guys have a fight, and I think we the higher level stuff. Most of the guys have, watch boxing and watch stuff, so they know, and they're kind of like, yeah, go do your thing, and they're happy to see it, so you laugh and, I'm sure you still get it somewhere, people text, I've seen you on TV and stuff like that, and it's not a big deal, but it's nice that people, recognise you and know what you do, and they, like I said, I work with a lot of boxing fans, so it's nice because we'll always love having the chats about, did you see that fight? What did you think? Or, yourself, if there's a close decision and everyone, that was a robbery, that's how to carry on.
Yeah.
So it's always good to hear, but yeah, I love it. And I've been lucky that I haven't had any major dramas trying to organise time off to go and do fights, and like I said, likewise, the family have been great as well, because it's not only work you're running out on family, so it's nice that they're understanding as well.
You've got to have a good woman and good family behind you, because if you didn't, you haven't got the backing and support. It's and they do put up with a lot when you go away 3-4 days at a time. Sometimes every week or every other week. It's not easy for them either. But
I think you push it more when I'm at home.
Yeah, I think my missus is probably happier when I'm away out the way than getting under her feet. But there you go.
Will you be gone for a long time? But yeah, no,
Yeah,
it is good to have good people around you, you know.
Some good stories, good times, good memories.
Tommy,
Absolutely.
when
Yes.
you can you describe the feeling when you knew 100% that you are in of the fight with Mayweather and Conor McGregor? Can you describe the feeling you had?
You know, it was a weird one because, like, obviously, I'm from the boxing world primarily, so and most of the boxing people, like, you know, we see it for what it is. You know, it's a money fight, it's a big thing, but like you don't get credit from the boxing world for doing one of these fights because the reality you're going up against Floyd Mayweather and his track record is fighting world champions. So you're coming into a sport with someone who's not from the sport, and like MMA fans and casuals are all, oh, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and you're going, it's Floyd Mayweather. You're talking, this is one of the greatest of all times, and he's in the area, and you're expecting a bolt of lightning twice in the one place. This is like, it's a big ask, but it was a great experience. But for me, like, I enjoyed watching the Connor's training for his preparation, but on the fight night itself, it was amazing to see Floyd and his thought process and how he, like, the difference between the high level boxer and the elite level boxer, where they can change game plan, and to see that, you just go, wow, and that's what, for me. And I remember being stood in the ring afterwards, and you kind of lost in that, wow, just. And Floyd actually come over, and he shook hands with everybody. Come over, and he actually asked me, he goes, are you the boxing guy? I says, yeah, and he was like, what was the plan? And I said, we didn't have a plan for boxing. It was just a fight, try and be unorthodox, and hopefully that was hard for you to reach, hard for you to work out. But how brilliant he was that he was able to force Conor to box, and then it was easy for him. Then it was just easy for him. And it just, to be able to be around that is just genius. I was lucky enough. I've got to see Lomachenko. I've got to see Usyk. I've got to see Tyson Fury. You get to see these special guys fighting and see their ability to deal with a problem, work out what they're going to do. And that's what amazes me when we get to be around these superstars. Like I said, long may it continue. We're always looking out for the next one.
Definitely.
I'm hoping to get to see Inoue box. I want to see Inoue box in the person. I want to see him box in the flesh. I haven't seen that yet. So hopefully we get to see that.
A lot of people interviewed you before the fight. I saw that at YouTube. A lot of people interviewed you. And that was maybe for you also a very special, like, it's a very special experience you had there, because all eyes were on you, because you are the guy which take care of Conor McGregor, and it belongs to you if the fight would be maybe stopped or not, because you're the Cutman and you take care of his wounds. So that must be an amazing feeling.
No, what stands out for me the first time being interviewed when we done the ICA World Handball Championships, the first one in Germany, and we got interviewed, and that for me was because I'd never been interviewed before.
Wow! And you get interviewed by me.
So that was a big thing, like, going, you stand there with a microphone and all, and like, that was such a big deal. But like, that was my first experience with a microphone. After that, then it's easier, the same way. I remember my first time on Sky. The match room was doing prize fighter, and having a camera on you, and if your first time is kind of the big occasion for you. After that, then it gets a little bit easier. I remember the first time dropping a roll. You're dropping your hands, you drop the roll, and you go, oh no, and I used to panic. And now all I do is if it happens, I just cut the bandage and just open a new roll and just go, and nobody even noticed it. But these things, like, the first time they happen, they're such a big deal. But afterwards, it gets more relaxed and it gets easier to deal with.
Exactly that. That's what it's all about. Relaxation, coming to terms with what you're doing. It's just another day at the office.
Ian, when he was 2014, he was here in Germany. I think you were here about 5 days. It was 5 days. Yeah. And he stayed just a few kilometers away from my home where I live now. And we went to a farm where you can eat also. There's a steakhouse, you can buy things, and there's a little animal park in this farm. So this bull died 2 years ago. There was the biggest bull in the world on this German farm, and everywhere warning signs. Please take care, dangerous animal. This bull can kill you. What is Tommy doing? He's climbing over the fence. He's grabbing his neck and he's starting to like scratching, and the bull is getting.
True story. Adam was actually there, so
Adam also, yes.
So all of these signs, I might see this big animal and it's a fantastic big beast, you know. I jump straight over and rubbing it, and it's not a bother. It's in grand form.
There was an awesome week. It was awesome. It was so nice. Meet all those guys. Adam Sheedy. We had Stitch Duran there. It was a fantastic event also. So I remember 2014 very.
Sounds like you had a good time.
Yeah, it was really nice. Unfortunately, you were not there. It was really a great time.
It was
maybe another time.
Yeah,
well done. It's good. It's good. It's good to catch up with Tommy, though. It's good because we see each other at shows. Like I'll probably see him at the Capsule show because I'm there with Ellie Scottney. But you know, like he says, when you're busy, you don't really get time to sit down. So this is just nice to have like 45 minutes now, and it's great. We've had a great chat.
Absolutely, always a pleasure, guys. Always a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you again.
I see you at October the 24th. I'm your second.
Yeah.
I'm your second with Marina. I'm a second. I'm a water boy. I'm your water boy.
So I'm going to see Michael on the Friday, and then I'll see you on the Saturday.
Saturday.
Germany, and then out to
where are you on the Friday?
I'm over in Germany with Michael and a Ukrainian girl, Marina Malavanis. She's very, very good.
I'm in Bolton with the German girl, Sophie Ellis.
Oh, very good. So,
I'm in Bolton and in Manchester, so I'll see you in Manchester.
Yeah,
but you take care until then and keep Michael in line when you go to.
We'll try.
He takes care of me. He will take care of me. Always he's doing.
He brings you another bottle of whiskey. I know that much.
Tommy, your glass is empty. Come on.
Exactly. Guys, you take care and stay safe. And thank you, Tommy. It's great. Michael and me have been really looking forward to this.
Lovely stuff. Sorry it didn't work out what we had planned. But
nice.
I'm happy to catch up with just
it's probably better because we wouldn't have got a word in edgeways with Connor, would we? Let's be honest.
Probably not.
Probably I would shit my pants.
Yeah. All right, guys. Good to see you again. Michael, as always, thank you. And we'll talk about another date with someone else. God bless you.
Take care, gentlemen.
Thank you. God bless.
God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, my friends.